and just playing against another team that's not in blue?
Man, it feels amazing. It feels great. To be out there with the younger guys. They working hard. Everybody's competing at a high level.
Obviously, first exhibition game, a lot of basketball to be played. Where do you like where this team's at right now, and where can you guys get better?
I like where this team's at right now. They play hard. They paying attention to what we're doing on the scouting reports and things like that. And where we headed is just getting better defensively. I feel like we showed some on the defensive end, and we could definitely get better at.
What's the difference between the first half and then that flurry? Adu gets the 5, you get the 3, really that whole first few minutes of the second half.
Just coming out, Coach talking about how hard they was fighting, in the beginning of the first half. So he just wanted us to keep competing and keep our heads up as much as possible, and just stay as a team.
Was that kind of matching there? They obviously came out with a ton of energy. Was he saying, kind of match their energy level?
Or even higher, just expectations, just higher than theirs. They're all vets, they're all seniors. They are, of course they're going to play hard, he said last year of college. So, he just tells us to, we can't just be soft out there, basically. So that's what it comes down to.
Did you have to kind of calm down some of the freshmen at any point, maybe in the first half? Or
Discussing, just relax, try to execute as much as possible, so, a couple of them, just relax out there, it's going to be okay, So, I've seen a couple of them rush some shots, just try to play a little bit of, I don't want to say selfish, but, me basketball, but, we definitely corrected it as when the huddles and, when we got into the locker room.
Is that something you think, it's a bunch of freshmen on this team. Is that something you think you're going to kind of have to manage and deal with, maybe not the whole season, but at least the first few weeks here?
Of course. I feel like we're going to get it eventually, how we playing out there. They all want to just win. That's their main purpose of coming here. They don't want to be selfish. They don't want to do this, do that. So, definitely, as a couple weeks keep going, they're going to get better at, just moving the ball and things like that.
What have you learned about the mentality, I guess, the collective mentality of all those young guys over the course of the last few months, from the early pre-global jam practices to today?
I would say, just staying hungry. Just they strive from, just not knowing nothing to knowing, a lot right now. So, it's definitely a process with those guys, and, they're figuring it out.
What was it like out there without any of the 7-footers out there? Do you feel like you all pushed the pace like you wanted to, or did things kind of play out how you all had planned ahead of time? Yeah,
we planned it how we planned ahead of time. I feel like that's how we're going to play with the 7-footers. We're going to run. We're going to get out of run, and they're going to run with us. So I feel like, when they come back, it's just going to add extra, size, blocks, all that. And, eventually, when they get back, we're going to be really good.
On the defensive end, how do you think that changes? Obviously not just the rim protection in the post, but what you guys can kind of do out on the perimeter.
When you get the bigs?
Yeah, when you get 1 or 2 or 3 of those guys back.
Just perimeter shooting. They're stretch bigs. I feel like they can make plays as well. They can pass. They all can pass, shoot, and dribble. Some of them got some good moves out on the perimeter. So, when they get back, it's just going to be that and just more length.
So until they get back, just the perimeter shooting that you guys have, how much do you have to lean on that to get points? Not only yourself, but Trey and Reeves and everybody.
Yeah, a little bit. Just moving the ball movement, just all the guys on our team can shoot. So I feel like as soon as they get an open jumper, just knock it down. Cal always tell us if we shoot it. I mean, not if we shoot it, but if we open, shoot it. Yeah. So definitely for us.
Trey, I think 4 for 5. I think from 3 today. Is that something that I know that's kind of in his game, but is that something you've kind of seen over these last few months with him?
Of course, ever since we went down to Canada, he's been knocking it down, and ever since practice, he's been knocking it down. So I already knew when we get to game time, he was gonna, be efficient and shoot, those threes when he's open. So yeah.
How much more comfortable are you in your own skin and your own role this year as compared to this time last year when you came in not knowing what to expect?
Just being more mature, just working on my body, working on my defense, being more confident in my all-around game. So I feel like, that's what I worked on, through the draft process, through me coming here, working with the guys and things like that, and, my role just fulfilled that way.
Did you have any nerves at all in this game? Or?
No, I was fine. Like, some of the freshmen was like, hey, I got jerseys, hyped about it, but I was like, man, relax, you're going to be straight. So.
Do you find yourself giving your teammates a lot of advice as you're a veteran on this team? Just as that, they might be nervous or during the hard moments?
Yeah, I tell them. I had a couple freshmen walk up to me before the game, like, yeah, I'm kind of nervous, bro, you feel me? Like, things like that. And I just told them, like, you played in Canada already, bro, it's just the same thing. So, I just told them those guys are going to be fine, and, as you keep, being in these collegiate games, it's going to get better. So, yeah.
Were you surprised at all that it was a 1-point game at halftime, and maybe what was said at halftime to get you guys to come out better in that second half?
It was just them being more physical than us. I feel like they had a lot of offensive rebounds, and we didn't box out. So I feel like those guys were, like I said, older than us, and they had a bigger bodies. So I feel like just coming into the second half, just being more physical, it was the main point. So, yeah.
Going back to the freshmen, what do you think about the structure of this roster? It seems like everybody else in college basketball is going with older guys, and you guys obviously got 2 of them, you and Trey, but 8 freshmen. Yeah. How do you think that's going to work? What gives you confidence that's going to work?
What gives me confidence is how hungry these guys are. Their mentality, they're not going to give up whatsoever. Just being out there, just if you can feel the vibe from them, yeah, we trying to win a game. It's not like, oh yeah, we freshmen, we can't do this, do that. It's not that, with these guys.
And you mentioned some of the big side perimeter moves. What have you seen from Z so far? Because we obviously haven't seen much of anything.
We was in practice one day. I think Z, he was at the top of the perimeter, and he just did a in and out crossover to a spin move, and I never seen that coming from a 7-foot guy. I'm like, oh, Z got that in this game, So he got fouled, and then he went to the line. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna be really good this year. We're gonna be that. So yeah.
How good, when you get him back, and we already know what Trey can do as far as big guys playing on the perimeter, how much different will you guys look this year as opposed to, say, last year we had Oscar, who didn't have some of those same skills?
Just more passing, more perimeter shooting from our bigs. Just picking pops, a lot of picking pops. Bigs gonna have to step out, or they're gonna knock it down. So that's really what it is, to be honest. And just more those guys could dribble pass, shoot, like Coach was saying. So yeah.
Do you feel more confident in a year or two at Kentucky compared to year one, or is it kind of like I've played enough college basketball where I don't get nervous anymore and I know what my kind of routine is?
I feel like it's a little bit of both. Just being here at first, it's Kentucky, I wasn't, expecting all of, the fans being so loud and, jittery and things like that. So it kind of, shook me a little bit, but after, I got a year under my belt, I felt really confident, being here, and, just the experience of me just being at Illinois State as well, it really helps out.
You came off the bench most of the time, if not all the time last season. Did it feel different getting the start tonight?
No. I feel like I started, my first couple years of college, I wasn't really, afraid of the moment and things like that. So I felt like it was just normal to me, just being out there and just playing my game.
You might be giving up 6th Man of the Year campaign now.
I know, but it's gonna pay off just working hard and just staying focused. So that's what it is.
Tony, someone asked Jordan what was the difference in the second half. He said the Cal snapped at halftime. Is that accurate, or is he maybe overstating it?
I mean, he said some things that we needed to work on, but he didn't snap on us. But he said some things that were like, okay, we got to do this when we get out there.
Was it more mad than you seen him last season at times?
I seen him a couple times mad.
That wasn't that out of the ordinary.
No, it wasn't. No, not at all. So.
Exhibition mad? Is there such a thing as exhibition mad? Compared to regular season mad?
Nah, I don't think it got to that point yet. No.
But these guys, you had a first taste of this last season about how people come at Kentucky. Do you think the new guys on the team kind of picked up on that from what Georgetown came out to prove something tonight?
Yeah. Wait, say that one more time.
Do you think the new guys kind of got a taste of how people come after Kentucky? It's a chance to really prove themselves.
Yeah, they was playing more, physical than we imagined. Like we didn't know like they was gonna come out like that, and they didn't expect that. So just me being out there with those guys, I'm like, okay, these guys are more physical. They're older. Like we gotta like step up our physicality. So they picked up on it as the first half was going, and then the second half we just made sure we did what we had to do.
Was there a game last season that kind of sunk in for you that said, hey, this is a little bit different?
The first couple games when I was here was definitely like, okay, this is way different than Illinois State. Like the first, 5 games. Yeah.
We keep
You obviously have the green light. Is there a point on the floor where that light kind of turns yellow?
Nah.
Okay.
Not for me.
Step across the midcourt line.
It's green light, yeah. So I don't think about none of that. If I'm open, I'm gonna shoot it.
How much does it help you this year to have other shooters out there? It seems like everybody has a green light.
Yeah. It's fun that way. Just being able to play together is part of the basketball. So, those guys can do what I do, and I'm not like trying to be selfish or anything like that. I want those guys to shoot, and make plays. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
We keep getting told there's dogs on this team by so many different people, including the coaches. Is there a player, one of your teammates, that just each time you all go out there, you didn't realize they had that in them? Like they just impress you every time. It's like, where did that come from?
All of them, are dogs to me. I feel like it's not even just one. It's every practice they trying to, get better and try to play me, hard and things like that, and play Trey hard. So. It's a bunch of dogs on this team for sure.
How does Trey's stretch ability make things easier for you or complement your game?
Just opens up the court, bringing the 5 men out, to guard Trey. Opens up the lane for me to drive, and make plays. So I feel like that definitely helps when, Trey can pick a pop and make plays because he gets me open, sometimes, and he gets everybody open.
And Tony, obviously, you were here last year with the season. There were some times when you guys struggled defensively. What makes you believe this team's going to be better defensively this season?
Really handsy. I feel like all the guys are good with their hands. Rob, Reed, Justin, everybody out there just really handsy. And then I don't think, guys out there when they drive, it's not going to be an easy drive. And I feel like I'm improving in that aspect as well. So.
Well, how much are you guys looking forward to the 3-7-footer team back specifically?
Oh, yeah.
The shot blocking aspect.
All right. I don't think nobody going to get nothing off this year with the 3-7-footers. If they all 3 of them out there, it's going to be a problem. So, or even one.
And you guys saw in Canada, but is Reed one of the better shot blocking guards that you've seen?
Yeah, for sure. He could definitely block. He blocked threes. He blocks everything. Like that's kind of impressive, to me. Just being in practice, and he does that to us sometimes too. Just come out with blocks. You think you're just gonna have a wide open jumper, you're gonna block it out of nowhere. So yeah.
Thanks.